tech driven, then definitely the team members should be techies. If it is something that needs to have a project management related things, and you need to have some leadership based team members who can take the steps ahead. So at least 2 3 members should be there, and everyone should come into as their own roles and responsibilities, and they need to take it with full sincerity. That's the main objective. Now next question is, sir, how to advertise the product if it is service based startup? If you are into the service based startup, then how will be, then what will be the product like? This is a kind of confusion. You are talking about service based startup, and again you are talking about product into it. So let me just answer. Like, suppose if your product is something, then you can. There is a very good mode of advertisement that you can opt for. It is a social media only. Nowadays, you can run the small campaigns also in really small budgets of per day wise or per week wise. You can just opt that and get a really good targeted audience hit, and based on that, you can generate your leads. Next question is with Akash Deep. Sir, we have not much idea related to this. Will we get some opportunity to work with you so we get some experience? Definitely, we are totally open for you all. Whenever you require some support, whenever you require some guidance, you can approach to me directly over social media. And if you are having my contact details, you can call me anytime. I will try to answer as soon as possible. Definitely, it may take some time, as all time I may not be available on social media, but I try to answer whenever I get time. Akash Pandey, how to work on legal related problems. Legal related problems, since I'm not from that background, but then also there are certain startups who are working really good in the legal supports. One of them I can name it also, like there is one startup known as BMC Consultancy, startupwala.com के नाम से वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा फेमस है, और एक दो और भी हैं, इंडिया फाइलिंग्स हैं, और so these startups you can just go through once to know what they are doing and how they are doing, so you can get an idea like what can be done and what they are not doing and what you can provide as a solution and as a value addition into that, so that can help you in that way. Then next question is with Shivam Chaurasia. Sir, what are the parameters in which one should look before stick to an idea to work upon it? There are there isn't any such parameters. It is just that you need to identify the problem. If suppose you are facing certain problem in your day-to-day life or in executing any work, then and you can figure out like, no, this can be resolved, and we can increase the efficiency of this problem object by introducing this kind of technology or by introducing this kind of product. Then if you yourself think that it can be helpful for that problem, and it if your team is really supporting you in that way, and if they are also confident enough that yes, your product or your solution is really good and it can be best fit in that picture to overcome that problem, then you are ready to move in. Next question is with Himanshu Sahu. Good afternoon, sir. Very good afternoon. What was the path you took to get to where you are today? Path, ऐसा कभी सोचा नहीं. Basically, starting was the major challenge. कि it is always better to start with the existing resources instead of waiting for the best days and best time and best resources to come with you, because those days will never ever come. एंड आप लोग के लिए मतलब यही एक बेटर गाइडेंस होगा कि वॉट एवर रिसोर्सेज यू आर हैविंग विथ यू अवेलेबल, just start with that, and with time everything will start coming towards you. And if you will wait that ऐसा नहीं है, मतलब ये चीज़ नहीं है मेरे पास, फंड्स नहीं है, रिसोर्स नहीं है, टीम नहीं है, then the ideal case will never come into your picture, and your uh, startup will be only into your dreams. So it is always better to start as soon as possible. And जो आपने पूछा कि यहाँ तक पहुँचने में क्या चीज़ें मैटर करी, उसमें सबसे बड़ा एक जो फैक्टर था वो यही, दैट आई स्टार्टेड दिस वेरी अर्ली इन माय कॉलेज डेज ओनली, जिसकी वजह से ये बेनिफिट हुआ दैट द स्ट्रगलिंग टाइम पीरियड वाज कवर्ड एट अ वेरी अर्ली स्टेज, एंड इसी वजह से वट एवर बेनिफिट्स आई कैन अवेल इन दिस स्टेज आई एम अवेलिंग इट, सो दैट एक्टेड एज अ मेजर सोर्स. Now next question is, oh, questions काफ़ी जल्दी जल्दी आ रहे हैं. I will be really sorry if I missed out some questions. You can uh, put that question again also in the comment section. Pavan is asking, good afternoon, sir. How you manage your study with your startup idea in college? Uh, this is something really tricky because I was not at all really good in startup. Oh, sorry, really good in studies. I was just an average student. So my total focus was on project developments and on product developments. In my college days also, I used to work more on the practical side instead of opting for uh, theory lectures and all. And even my faculty members have supported a lot, and they once they knew that uh, I was into the project development and I liked that, so they also supported me and they provided me all those supports. Like I used to work on projects full day, and whenever I get time in lunch hours also, after the college also, I used to sit in the innovation center that was there in my college, and I just keep on working on that project. So this is how the things went in my time. Nowadays also you are having a lot of resources in your college in terms of incubation centers, and in terms of resources. RECs nowadays is having a lot of machineries and technical supports available with them, so you can avail all those things and you can spend your free time there to develop those projects of your interest areas. Next question is, how did you select your startup name, or does name affects? Akash Pandey. Okay. Startup name uh, doesn't even affect to that much, but once your revenues start coming, once your idea and concept start getting viral into the market, then name automatically start becoming a brand. If you talk about Ola, then what is there in the name? It is just a three-letter word, Ola. Most of us don't even know what is the meaning of Ola. So that is not the case. You can put your name. Definitely, if I talk about myself, I took the name just to match the area of work that we are doing. Empyrean stands for heights of heaven. So basically, our product was something that was related to work and operate into the skies. So with that aim, we opted this word as a brand name. The next question is, if you have no money, so how can you start up while you are diligent? Okay. So to be really honest, I started this venture just with my collected pocket money with my and my partners. We started with around 68,000 of capital money, from which 35 was contributed by my side, sorry, my partner's side, and 33 was contributed by my side. And we both have collected this amount by through our pocket monies or through the revenues that we got from teaching to the students and tuitions and all. So that was how we started. So there isn't any much amount needed to start the company. In around 20 to 25,000 budget, you can start a company, or even less if you can. If you are trying to start with a just proprietorship, then you can just need to have a budget of 10 to 15,000 also. You can initiate. So not much of amount is required, and if you are not having that much of amount also, then you can easily collect those amount in some time by any source of revenues, like you can plan out with some pocket monies and all. then you can initiate the budget. That is not a major challenge in nowadays. Aman Pandey is asking, if you have no money. Okay, so this question was answered. Okay, so I think no more questions are there. No, there is. Okay, there are lots of questions. Shivam is asking, sir, what are the steps for a college students who want to do startup but don't have an idea in which field? Okay, in which field, this has to be figured out, because without knowing the field and without identifying the idea, there is no such point to enter into the startup field. Then Kajal is asking, sir, who are your ideals and mentors? Ideals, I don't think so. I never focus in that way. I just try to work on my projects, and my problem objectives are the biggest ideal, and that are the major source of attraction that I can generate. And based on that, I'm totally focused on my projects. That are the biggest ideals for me. And mentors, definitely, I got various mentors during my journey, but none of them are associated as a authentic and as a uh, on paper mentors. These mentors are associated with me during my journey. I met some people who were having really good experience in certain domains, so they started guiding me, and they started supporting me in my decisions. So similarly, like nowadays, some young engineers and students are approaching me with various questions. So that way only I also approach to my seniors for various questions and various doubts and various things that I was confused about. So they started guiding me, and with that we generated a healthy relationship with them, and nowadays we can consider them as my mentors. That's it. Now another question: do startups should have to be based on ideas on completely making new technology or improving any current technology? Yeah, you can do both. Both the options are open for startups. Like if you are coming up with something that is really uh, new to the society, like you are doing some invention, then that is really great. But if that is not the case, you can definitely add the value to any existing solution. That is all, that is known as innovation. So startups are considered uh, those ventures which are having either invention or innovation into their idea or into their solution. Akash is asking, sir, in this pandemic time, which idea is trending? I think this you should figure out, because everything, if I will be telling, then what you will be doing. So, next question is, Shreya is asking, participants may also switch on their mic and ask questions one by one. Okay. Yes, definitely you guys can also speak up here. It is getting really boring. सिर्फ मैं ही बोल रहा हूँ. Sir, your contact number, please. Okay. At the end of this session, I'll share the contact details in the message section only. Don't worry about that. Mayank is asking, in the product based startup, how to develop selling chain. Okay, this is a good question. For developing the selling chain, there are two, three possible options available. Like if you are into the government selling, and if you are operating in business to government sector, like we are operating in, then we need to uh, come on to the online portals like GEM is there, government e-marketplace, and e-procurement sites are there where you need to register yourself to participate in tenders and all. And if your product is for B2B or sorry B2C sector, Then you need to establish with various distributors in different areas and locations, and with the help of your distributors you can increase your passive sales, because if you are into the product development, then handling the development of product and handling the market and supply chain is really hectic. You cannot handle both the things. So it is much better to uh, enable your supply chain in terms of distributorship, in terms of dealerships in different locations, and try to put the load of sales generation to those distributors, and you just focus on the product development side. Okay, next question is Aman Verma is asking, sir, which one is more important, marketing of product or quality of product? Both the things are required. You cannot opt one from these, because until and unless your product is having a good quality, the customers will not be repeating towards you. And if you are having a good quality product but your marketing is loose, then you will be losing the first target customers only. So both the things are required. You need to have a good quality and you need to have the right pitching to the market. And nowadays there are lots of good opportunities provided by government also. If you are a recognized startup, then there is a platform on Startup India platform, which is known as Startup India Showcase. So in today's time, more than 60,000 startups are recognized under Startup India from whole country. And from those 60,000 plus startups, around 100 and 140 startups are selected to showcase their innovations in product and services, and they are selected on Startup India Showcase platform, and their profile has been created so that they can display their products internationally on that platform. And fortunately we are also one of them. And with that only we got this opportunity recently to be a part of the Indian delegation and to represent our company in the Expo 2020 Dubai. So recently we went there as a part of India team, and representing the nation was another next level experience. So all these things you guys can also avail by coming up and utilizing the existing resources provided by the government side. Now, next question is, sir, how we commercialize our products? So, before commercializing your product, you need to do your POC first, that is proof of concept. If you get the positive feedback, or if you get the positive feedback, then you can take that project to next level and convert into the final product, and then you can start the selling of those products to get it commercialized. Or if you get some feedback messages from your first adopters, like this should be added or this should be subtracted from the product, then based on those feedback, if you modify the product, then definitely it will going to uh, generate more revenues, because your product will be more towards the need of the market. What market is asking for, you are making that product, then definitely it will get commercialized automatically and very soon. Next question is with Shivendra Tiwari, sir, when do you consider yourself successful in your life? I was there. There isn't anything considering myself successful, but yes, for as I have also already mentioned, like for me, success was to get recognition and to be satisfied with what I'm doing. So that I am getting from the very first year of my startup. Like I started getting that satisfaction, and that satisfaction was really next level, which I get by developing those products that I make and that my company is making in today's time. When you come up with something that you know that you have developed, and with that this much of problem is solved, and with that this much amount of life can be saved, and with this technology you can increase the efficiency of your problem objective, then it is the next level of feeling. So for me, that is the real success. Ashish Yadav is asking how these ideas we show to private bidders or government. You cannot bid for any government or private uh, organization when you are at idea level, you need to have at least first level of product ready, and then only you can bid for those government tenders once you are ready with a product. Or actually, if we talk about the tender situation, then in that the buyer is providing a technical requirement of that product in the document itself. So you need to check out whether you will be able to develop that product or not. If you think that you can develop, then only you should bid for that tender. And once the tender is awarded, then there will be a timeline provided to you, and you need to develop that product in that particular timeline and supply it to that government organization. So this is the whole process, and if you fail to supply in that particular time period and of that quality that you have committed into that tender document, then there is another drawback that you maybe get blacklisted also by that buyer.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please ask.
Sir, how to identify that our idea is worth starting up or not? So, because sometimes it happens that actually we start, and then after working for some times on that particular idea, we are not able to maintain consistency because we think that like it's not possible. Whatever we were thinking is not possible, and like it cannot be successful. So, like we drop at that particular point. So can you please guide?
Yes, see, if this these kind of thoughts are coming into your mind, then definitely somewhere or the other you are only not focused, and you are only not confident about that solution. Then only you can get confused in your mind that maybe it can work, maybe it cannot work. First of all, you need to be confident enough that what you are developing or what you are trying to make can be beneficial for this particular problem. If you are confident enough and your team is confident enough, then it doesn't matter whosoever has worked on that, and whether there is some competition in the market or not. You can work on that and you can come up with the solution whether there are competitors or not. And definitely you can gain some recognition in that, and you can work really good if you really think that that your solution can be beneficial. But if you are having certain doubts in your mind, like maybe I get succeed, see, there can be two possibilities. If you are confident about your product, then that
Yes,
is a
sir.
different scenario. And when you are confident about that, maybe I may develop it, but there are certain competitors available in market. So these are two different scenarios. If you are feeling low with the competition, then that is totally nothing worth about. You can proceed. Competitions are always there. But if you are feeling low that about that your product is not of that level, then definitely you should rethink and do some more brainstorming before moving ahead.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, any other questions?
Sir, I too have a question.
Yes,
Uh,
please.
Sir, it's not a question. Actually, I needed your take on what should women interested in business fields do to combat this situation of male-dominated industry. I see there are many successful women entrepreneurs as well, but still, sir, business or related field is viewed as a male way of doing things in our, especially in India. It is prevalent mostly in India, like business is perceived as male way of doing things. So what do you think, what's your take on this, sir?
Actually, earlier it was the situation when business was used to be focused on male side, but nowadays a lot of women entrepreneurs are coming up with really fantastic ideas, and even not only at the national level but at the international level also. Like if I talk about my last delegation to Dubai, then there was in 50 startups, there was around uh, 20 startups were there who was totally run by women entrepreneurs. So you cannot say like in today's time, like women are getting overlooked in startup fields. It is only like women are coming up with lots of new age technologies, and that can be beneficial for women's as well as for men's also. Like lots of women run startups are gaining good revenues and good traction. Even I am having certain people in my contact and certain startups who are being run by women only. So nowadays, that is not the scenario like women are being overlooked. It is just you need to take the right decision at right time. And if you are really confident enough about your product, then no one can stop you coming into the picture.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
हेलो।
हाँ सर।
हाँ, मेरी आवाज़ आ रही है?
हाँ सर, बिल्कुल आ रही है।
हाँ, हाँ। आपने बहुत ही बढ़िया सेशन किया। आई थिंक जो हमारे बच्चे हैं उनको भी डाउट क्लियर हो गए होंगे। सो एक चीज़ मैं आपसे ये कहूँगा कि आप थोड़ा-सा अपनी जो जर्नी थी, एक दुबई वाली थी, उसके बारे में कैसे आपने उसके लिए अप्लाई किया? क्या-क्या उसके लिए आपको बेनिफिट मिले, गवर्नमेंट की ओर से सपोर्ट्स मिले, उसको भी थोड़ा-सा अगर बच्चों को बताएँ तो
ओके।
बेटर होगा।
ये इसके लिए कोई सच एप्लीकेशन ऐसा नहीं था। बेसिकली जो मैंने अभी बताया कि जो स्टार्टअप इंडिया शोकेस का जो एक प्लेटफॉर्म है, वहाँ पे जो सेलेक्टिव स्टार्टअप्स हैं जिनको फ़िल्टर आउट करके मतलब शोकेस पे डाला गया हुआ है ऑलरेडी, उनको ही या उनमें से ही कई स्टार्टअप्स को सेलेक्ट किया गया टू रिप्रेजेंट एट दुबई एक्सपो। एंड it was from the Startup India side only. They have initiated a mail to certain startups, and whosoever was interested, they can send their application and they can send their consent to be a part of this delegation. And fortunately, we were also there into that target list. So we reverted back to those mails, and we were shortlisted by the Invest India and Startup India team to be a part of Indian delegation in the Dubai Expo, and it was done on such a short notice. Like even on the day of my travel, it was not sure whether we will be getting the visas approved or not. So, but then also somehow we managed, and we were there into the expo, and the whole delegation was planned just 5 to 6 days before the event. So it was really on really fantastic teamwork that the Startup India and Invest India team has done, and all those startups who have participated in this delegation. So these kind of platforms has provided a really great exposure. And if I talk about my personal experience, then entering into the India Pavilion with the badge of Indian delegation was really a proud moment for me. And to stand in front of the international investors and international lobby, and to pitch in my concept and my journey till date, and to give the presentation of my startup was really a proud moment. And with that, a lot of recognition we gained there, and the international media has covered us. Gulf News has taken the interview, and they have published their article in which the startups were mentioned, and a lot of coverages were there. So at international level, it was really a fantastic experience for all those startups who have been there as a part of India delegation.
Thank you, sir. So student, if you have any queries left with you, it's a final call.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I have also one question. Sir, let's think I have one idea and I want to work on it. So, sir, how we know that other are also working on that idea?
सपोज आपका जो भी प्रोडक्ट है आप उसको डेवलप करना चाह रहे हो, एंड सो आप डेफिनेटली यू विल बी डूइंग सम मार्केट रिसर्च फर्स्ट बिफोर गोइंग ऑन टू द डेवलपमेंट. सो आपको नेट पे भी आप उसको सर्च कर सकते हैं कि हु ऑल आर द एग्जिस्टिंग प्लेयर्स इन टू द मार्केट, and who are doing what kind of developments, and what are the benefits in their products that they are developing, and what are the lacks in their product. So whatever things they are missing in their product, you can come up with those solution into your product, so that your product can be differentiated with those existing players. So this can be a positive approach with that you can target the market.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, any other questions?
I hope all the participants got their queries resolved and now they have a much clear idea and elaborated thought on this by this insightful talk by you, sir.
Thank you for this opportunity to interact with these techie guys, and interacting with REC students is always a pleasure for me.
Akansha, please put a vote of thanks to sir.
Sure, sir. Um, to all the honorable dignitaries and our eminent speaker, Mr. Shivesh, sir, and dear participants, on behalf of Institutions Innovation Council, Rajki Engineering College, Banda, I feel immense pleasure to take this opportunity to propose a vote of thanks to Mr. Shivesh Gaur, sir, for sparing his valuable time with his valuable address on our topic. I would also take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks and deep regards to our IIC President, respected Siddharth Ajaria sir, and our Vice President of IIC, respected Abhijit Singh sir, and our convener, Mr. Deep Singh Thakur sir, for their generous support. And moreover, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all our IIC members for organizing this event and leading the activities. I would also further extend my thanks to all the participants who attended this event and are here with us till the very last moment. Once again, I thank you all for joining us and being with us this afternoon. Have a wonderful day. Thanking you again.
Thank you so much, Akansha ji, and all the team of IIC for providing me this platform and inviting me to take this session. And one thing I would like to request you to kindly share my contact details and my social media links to the student networks. Whosoever want to get connected with me, you can just provide them the respective links.
Sure, sir. I'll share the same very soon. As soon as possible, I'll share the same after this session. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sivesh ji.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, Akansha, close the session.
Yes, sir.